Audio issues in the press box. Nevertheless, Lynchburg strikes first here in the first quarter. The Hornets out in front by a goal over the Washington and Bears. A nice matchup in confidence play here for the Hornets on their home turf. They've had a tough schedule really to begin the season on their home field here in Shellenburg. But they got this season started against the Christopher Newport Captains. Downpour rain, nonetheless. The Hornets lost to the Dumas early on in that first game. Dumas then returned for the last two games. The key playmaker for Lynchburg scored 3 goals against Methodist, 4 against the Guilford Quakers on the road. And a tall test here today for Lynchburg facing a top 10 opponent in the Washington Generals.
Stop. Bad, man. That's bad, man. Get learning.
Have you seen a girl in the class with she said she's still here. Go. She seen the lane open wide open.
Lynchburg Hornets go by number 7.
drunk. Go to everybody's stuff.
Go. Hello, welcome into Shelburne Field.
All those will be number 22, Buddy Holtman.
16-2.
academically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain. A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain
Well, this one, it's just from the...
I'll take you to the future. Forget about the past. You can keep all of your secrets. I swear that I won't ask. Let go of all your troubles. I don't care where you've been. The only thing that matters now is where the night will end. Them bright big lights are shining on us. That beat is so tight, it makes you wanna get up, get down, like there's no tomorrow. Like there's no tomorrow. Like there's no tomorrow.
Weekend on the night, don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. I know it'll be alright. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing. Don't worry about a thing.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
A good citizen is someone who wants to make a positive impact, both in their communities and in the world around them. The Division III approach is absolutely the best approach out there for amateur sport because it wants student athletes to explore all parts of who they are. Be successful in the classroom, be successful in competition, be successful in the community. So our student athletes learn what it means to strive for and attain.
Comprehensive learning is being able to adapt to experiences and apply the things that I learned. Being an athlete and juggling academics helped me grow as a person, and things that I've learned, I was able to apply it in another field, putting them into everyday life. Developing comprehensive learning helped me.
Passion's love. Passion is love for what you do. Because I think when you face challenges, it comes down to how much you want it and how much you love it. Passion is what keeps you going forward. Seeing so many people that were like-minded and so hardworking in their sport and academics, being surrounded by like-minded people makes you want to be more passionate. I think it pushes you to a different level that maybe you didn't think you had, and you can do the best of both worlds and love.
Proportion to me is the lived experience of our Division III student athletes. They balance life from an academic perspective and the rigors of competing at a high level, bonding with teammates and building lifelong friendships. But they also are involved in their communities. They work jobs and internships and volunteer. They've learned to be resilient. Diverse experiences are setting them up for the
Responsibility is being accountable for your words and actions, first and foremost. It also is an obligation to be a positive influence in the communities around you. Being in a D3 program, you're going to have lots of different opportunities. You're not just an athlete, you're also involved in student life. Your academics are extremely important. We give a lot of our student athletes responsibilities right from the start by giving them leadership opportunities, by having them engage in the community, be a positive influence.
I believe sportsmanship is it's a mutual admiration and respect for your fellow competitors. We all go through a lot to reach the point where we compete against one another. It's important to realize that. So once we're finally on the field or on the court or on the starting block, we look at each other as fellow human beings and not just competitors. Being able to recognize
front of the Hornets. Lynchburg looking for a signature winning
Conference play. Generals swinging around the horn, looking for the best available option. You got plenty of time. As we'll briefly stop with a shot clock malfunction. Nevertheless, resets back to 68. They'll play it back up top and once again around the horn to the far side of the field. Inside feed, taken back out. 20 seconds away from full strength, and we get another whistle to momentarily pause the action. And the Generals add to their total, now up by double digits. Warwick finds the back of the cage right there. Washington and Lee's offense has come out full throttle here this afternoon, a club that's averaging 15 goals per contest. Tied that number just through the first half. Coming off a 7-15 loss at the hands of the Gettysburg Bullets, another top 10 opponent. A very tough strength of schedule to begin the season for the Generals. To begin the year, they faced off against Franklin and Marshall on their home turf in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. It was a 12-16 final, but a great response from the Generals in their next 3 games. They won 25-0 against Guilford, then 13-7 over the second-ranked Salisbury Seagulls. And then another dominant win, a shutout, 19-0 over the Ferrum Panthers. And what really stands out is right now it says on the Washington and Lee schedule that they're set to face off against Randolph quite actually right after this game. They're supposed to play right down the street at 7 o'clock tonight. A doubleheader just for the Generals in 2 different campuses. That's not something you see every day. Inside shot runs high from Emma Marsh. Warwick right there to back it up. Edwards takes it from behind the cage, spins back, and plays it up top. Vanson, the leading goal scorer, trying to dump it down low, and Edwards rejected right on the crease. A new keeper today for Lynchburg. Their normal goalkeeper in Alexis Sen, who's one of the top goalkeepers in the conference if you're going by save percentage. Just around 48% this year. She's out. In her place, it's been the midfielder, Carson Quigley. The senior out of Fairfax Station, Virginia, has had a relatively strong performance today for Lynchburg. But she has been berated with shots. 8 saves through the first half. Just made it 9 with her first save of the third quarter right there. Brief pause in the action after the whistle. They'll put the ball in the stick of Caroline Foster. Foster plays it back up top, and they'll swing it around to the near sideline. Now underneath it's Edwards once again. Finds its way to Palachek. Inside cutter, lost the handle And a whistle stops. This one's going to be on the Hornets once again. A whole lot of whistles in today's affair. 3 green cards, 1 yellow card. Poked away, but the Generals regather. Vanson, extra pass over to Polachek. Vanson gets it right back. Great ball movement here from the Generals and another whistle. Polachek on the doorstep, puts it past the keeper and Quigley. An 11-point lead for Washington and Lee. This is a General squad that has their eyes on postseason. A team that has made deep runs in the NCAA tournament for consecutive seasons. Maddie Coleman at the helm for this General squad in her 3rd season. Actually an alma mater of Gettysburg. A team that this WNL squad has faced off against in the NCAA tournament a handful of times. Coleman trying to bring that success to Lexington. They have certainly found it. 37-6 in her 3 years in the blue and white. Quick flip to Claire Horner. Feeds it around the block. Spinning back to the right hand is Taylor, now to the left. Extra dish, inside cutter. Nobody's home. Ball got lodged free. Scooped up off the deck by Edwards. Trying to get her hands free. Coming around the cage. Back up top to Vanson. The leading goal scorer on this year's squad. Claire Horner and Vanson. Spinning back, shot on goal, saved. Carson out in front of it, and now the Hornets are out and running. Sydney Dumas with possession. Dumas weaving her way through traffic into the attacking zone. A whistle will stop the action. It looks like we're going to have a green card right here. Dumas tabbed a hat trick in the first half. 3 shots, 3 goals. That makes 10 goals on 14 shots this season for Dumas. She has had an excellent start to the 2025 campaign. Someone that Lynchburg really missed in that first game. Exited early against CNU with a lower leg injury. Nevertheless, able to come back the next contest, and her impact was felt immediately. She's recorded at least 3 goals in every game, aside from that first one against CNU, where she saw limited action. Grace Kim kicks over for Caroline Foster, sweeping it across the top. That was split dodge from Sophie Edwards. Plays it back up for Vanson. What a start it was for Vanson here today. She had 8 shots in that first half, all of them on goal. 5 of them got past the keeper to add to this explosive offensive performance we've seen from Washington and Lee here today. Vanson doing a little bit of dancing. Plays it back for Taylor. Good ball movement here from the Generals. His sideline saying attack, attack with his shot clock under 15. Inside dish. And a beautiful pass and a better shot to capitalize. The Generals now up by a dozen. It's the second-ranked matchup that Lynchburg has had this year. Obviously, we talked a little bit about that CNU game where they came to town. It was a 4-13 final. Following this contest, Lynchburg's got Virginia Wesleyan on deck, a team they were supposed to face earlier in the year, but due to weather forecast of snow, that got pushed back to this Friday. And a little bit of a pause in the action in terms of ODAC play. And they'll play Warner University of Florida down in Lake Wales, Florida, and then Otterbein as well. A whole lot of the Lynchburg squads all on the road during that spring break week. Another whistle here on Washington and Lee. It'll be a yellow card tabbed against Caroline Foster. So a 2-minute penalty now for the Generals. 4:36 on the game clock here in quarter number 3. Steinu at the bottom of the R. She'll play it back. Taylor Daugherty can't bring it in. Here come the Generals in transition. That green light goes to yellow as they play it from behind the cage. Claire Horner, second in the conference for assist coming into this affair. She's tabbed 7 dimes this year. The senior product out of Richmond, Virginia, went to St. Catherine's High School, was a 4-year player on the varsity squad. Generals go underneath, some physical contact laid down by corner. Sent Benoit stumbling. Now the Generals get a chance to reset. Lynchburg playing physical defense far out. Looks like the Generals just might be trying to burn a little bit of clock here late in this ball game. Understandably so after the yellow card awarded. Grace Kim driving in. Left-handed pass, can't get to the intended target of Palachek. Now the Hornets want to go, but a General down. We'll step aside momentarily. Generals down, or Generals up by a dozen, 18-6. 2:42 to go in the third quarter.
Thanks for saying I'm bad at shooting free throws over here. As ready as I'll ever be.
And we welcome you back into Schellenberger Field here on the campus of the University of Lynchburg. It's the Hornets down by a dozen here in the latter stages of the third quarter. Washington and Lee has been led by Hannah Vanson with 5 goals in today's contest. Good movement here from the Hornets. Their first chance on an offensive sequence. And a good minute. Back up top, driving inside. Met by a host of generals. Great defensive play made by Taylor. Scoggin with it. Morris looking for some daylight, takes it to the far sideline. Morris is someone that's very talented at using both hands. She can oftentimes look ambidextrous the way she can use her left and right. Great burnout behind the cage from the keeper, Haddad. Washington and Lee trying to head the other direction now. Just under 90 seconds to go here in quarter number 3. Petrus with a nice pass across the timeline. And the Generals able to get into the offensive zone. They'll feed Horner, the orchestrator from X. Back up top for Pollock. Benoit calling for ISO. Edwards underneath. Horner working on Bernholt. Talking about 2 studs going head on head. Nice drive inside. Flag flies with 23.5 to go. The game clock will continue to roll with a 12-point advantage. Generals trying to add to it. And tack another one on. Palachek, a first-year midfielder, tabs another goal to her total today. 19-6 as we head to the fourth quarter here from Schellenberger Field.
On my team, I thrive to work as hard as I can. I mean, whatever you do on the field, there's a positive correlation to whatever else you do, be it personal relationships, homework, the way you carry yourself. I've changed since I got to King University. It's really helped me to develop as a leader. I think it's honestly the best thing that's ever happened.
In NCAA Division II, community engagement is an initiative at all 25 national championships because student athletes want to give back while competing for a national title. Over the course of the year, Division II student athletes have an opportunity to leave a lasting impression in local communities throughout the country. Whether Division II student athletes are volunteering at hospitals, schools, after-school care programs, foster homes, or retirement villages, they make a difference in the lives of others. In Division II, we rise to the opportunity and make community engagement ours.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Wayne State Medical School has been my dream medical school since I was 5. Athletics are important, but so is service, so is research, so is becoming a better person. And we expect you to do well athletically, but don't forget the reason you're here, which is to give back to your community and to get good grades.
Being a champion takes more than talent.
We're through 45 minutes of action, and the Hornets trail by 13, 6-19. The top 10 team in the Washington Generals out in front. It's been an offensive eruption today. They had 15 goals in the first half. They won the third quarter 4-1. And they've shown no signs of slowing down. We do have a running clock here as the game is now in double figures. Lynchburg just looking to chip away right here and try and pull away as many positives as they can from this affair. And obviously a tough day for Lynchburg when you don't have your starting keeper, Alexis said, out for today's contest. Someone that was a really big addition for the 2025 campaign. That was a big hole that the Hornets struggled to really fill last year. Ended up putting one of the field hockey goalies between the pipes for Lynchburg. This year they bring in Sen. She was player last year for West Virginia Wesleyan College during her freshman campaign. 5'5" sophomore out of Elkton, Maryland, has been one of the top premier goalies in the ODAC this year. Now she's replaced by Carson Quigley. And Lynchburg able to add a goal to their tally today. .13:30 to go here in the final quarter, down by a dozen. At the center circle, it'll be Caroline Foster matched up with Maya Hossauer. I'll keep you updated on the time. We've got 12:30 to go. Possession taken by the Hornets. They'll take it from X, spin it back up top. Far side of the field, it's Steinu. And a pass that's just out of reach for Reagan Bradley. She tries to track it down. A collision with Tomba. Lynchburg comes away with it. Hossauer being harassed by Werrick. Inside feed, Dumas on the doorstep, she's stuffed. Great stop by Iman Haddad, the junior goalkeeper out of Alexandria, Virginia. Played for a lacrosse powerhouse in St. Stephen, St. Agnes. Washington and Lee just trying to get it clear. Good ride from Lynchburg. 11 minutes to go. Horner taking it down low. She's been kept relatively quiet today, matched up with one of the best defenders in the conference in Bernhold. .45 on our game clock. A nice shimmy and shake, but the bouncer runs high out of the stick of Benoit. Inside feed, shot on goal, it's through. Sophie Edwards finds the back netting. Washington and Lee up 20-7. The most goals they've scored in a game this year came against Guilford. That was in that 25-0 contest. This is a Washington and Lee squad that already looks like they're in midseason form. A great performance today, really on both sides of the ball, but tough to ignore the explosive offense from the Generals. Up by 13. And the Generals come away with a draw control. Down the near sideline, it's Palachek once again. She's had a very great contest today. And the Generals will settle. Horner, stutter step, sweeps across the top, plays it back up top. Palachek with control. Now Edwards wants to give it a go. A feed to the interior, pulled away by a blue jersey, but the pass offline from Emma Marsh. And it's a Washington and Lee turnover with 8:15 to go. Pair of substitutions for the Hornets as Poitras comes in alongside Jenna Norco. Steinu down the near sideline, finds some help. Inside feed collapsed on by a trio of blue jerseys. And a whistle blown against the Generals. That'll reset the shot clock. Here's Jenna Norco, the senior attackman. Can't find the back of the cage. Another stop from Haddad. 7 minutes to go. Played back to the near sideline. Good wheels and a good feed across midfield. It's Caroline Foster. Foster really a vocal leader on this team. A senior attackman out of Princeton, New Jersey. .6:15 remaining. Horner. Across the top of the box and a laser. Emma Marsh. The 21st goal of today's game for the Washington and Lee Generals comes from the junior midfielder. Clock continuing to wind down as the sun slowly sets here on Schellenberger Field. Really a perfect day for a game of lacrosse. 60 degrees and partly cloudy. We had a baseball game earlier this afternoon, which was a win for the top 10 Lynchburg Hornet team. Took down the Pfeiffer Falcons. That makes 4 consecutive wins for the baseball squad. It's been a great start to this spring season, really across the board. Great to have action back here on Schellenberger. Under 5 minutes to play. Horner kicks over for Peyton Haley. Haley works to her left. Wheeler not giving her anything easy. Vanson plays it for Pelicek. Now Taylor. Vanson driving inside. A whole lot of movement from this Washington and Lee squad. They've obviously got great passing. A whistle before the shot. We'll see if Horner can get the same result. Foul was called on Steinu. Horner drives inside and converts. Up to 22 goals now today for Washington and Lee. And Horner has family ties in the game of lacrosse. Her dad actually played at UVA back in the day. Also a high school lacrosse coach himself. That clock continues to tick, under 3.5 to go. Generals come away with the draw control. Polacek down the near sideline, showing off the burners. Two and a half to play in today's contest. Once again, the Generals, they've had a very tough start to this season with 3 top 10 opponents on the schedule. And they've got more of that to come. They'll play York this Saturday, a top 20 team on their home turf. Then you travel to go play in D.C. up in the nation's capital. They play a Catholic team that's receiving votes, but it keeps on going. A top 15 team in Roanoke, they play on the road. Then Tufts, another top 5 team that they'll play at home. They also had Denison and CNU into that strength of schedule for the 2025 campaign. This is a squad that is certainly looking for more than just a conference run in the tournament. They'd like to make one in the NCAA tournament. Another goal added on to today's total. Once again, it's Kelly Palachek. And just under 90 seconds remaining. The Hornets staying at home for their next contest is Friday as they play host to Virginia Wesleyan. The Marlins will come to the Hill City on a 2-game losing skid. They did take the first 2 games of this season, so sitting right at 500. It'll be their first conference game of the season. Lynchburg 1-0 in conference play thus far. It'll go down to 1-1 today. They'll go to 2-2 on the season after an offensive clinic put on by the Generals. 30 seconds to go. Controlled by the Hornets. Out and running, it's Bradley. Swarmed by a pair of blue jerseys. And a whistle called on Washington and Lee as the clock slowly bleeds out. Lynchburg trying to see if they can add one more. Morris inside feed off the mark. Rolls out of play. And that will conclude today's contest. We appreciate you tuning in and spending your Tuesday afternoon with us. Once again, Women's Lax back in action here on Schellenberger Field this weekend. Till next time, have a good one.